And we're live. Good evening. Welcome back to Greyhound Watchalong. Fourth show in 2 weeks. Joined as always by PL. Dylan Brennan, unbelievably, for a father of 3 weeks, is back for a second week in a row. An absolute hero. And a new guest, Mr. Dave Branch. Welcome.
Evening.
How are we all doing?
Good evening.
Good. Me and Dylan were just saying off air before you guys arrived. It's a hell of a night's racing tonight. It's not bad at Monmouth, to be fair, but the card at Shelbourne, there are some absolutely unbelievable races.
Yeah, probably start with the best as well.
Yeah, that's it. We me and Pierre were saying today, should we do, because last night we did the videos, the replays the first round, and we're saying, should we do them for all the runners in all the races? We're going, probably not, but I was looking at race one. Who do you not show a video of? It's just quality animals. Marie's Wedding, Hello Hammond, 2 in a row, Barefoot's Primo, Kildare, Born Warrior. I mean, that would make a decent semi-final alone, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would, in fairness.
Alan Southern, early pace as always. Evening, lads. All right, Alan?
All right. Wow.
So what's your nap tonight then, Dylan?
Ooh, nap. Good question. What did I back? I don't know if there's anything I'm really strong on, to be honest. I kind of said that the other day. I found it really difficult. I did quite like at a price the top dog in the second heat. I think PL is quite sweet on that as well. He was double figures earlier in the week. I think he's about 6 or 7s now. Own Spice. I just thought on the makeup at the price he looked a bit of value in a really, really open heat. But I've had a couple of little nibbles, but like I said, nothing that I'm overly strong on that I'd like to go in. You know. But
yep.
Yeah,
we like a 7-1 nap.
Yeah, go bold.
Bold and decisive. And what about you, Dave?
I was looking at, is it Born Warrior, I think?
Yeah, I'm sweet on Born Warrior.
Yeah, I just think hopefully away and gone, hopefully.
Yeah, got a decent makeup, albeit a tricky race.
Yeah.
So we've got... they're a bit closer tonight. It was quite a good run. We've had a good break between the races, but we'll be going into Monmouth pretty quickly. So I will pop that up, the 7:07. Monmouth. I've got Arsenal on my other screen at the moment, so I'll have to switch it over eventually. I hope we'll get a winner. 15 minutes to go. Craig Day. Hello, Craig. Evening, chaps. Hope your head's all right. You were on some form last night. So, yeah, 1, 2, and 6 are the obvious ones, I would say, to look at in this race, unless anyone has an alternate view. Romeo McQueen, back in the day, was doing 28.42s around Shelbourne, come over relatively recently. Last one was a 28.69, perhaps not been in the same form. Aussie McCoy, didn't know really what to make of Aussie McCoy's card. 28.25 in that most recent one in an A3, which is better than A1 time, but the actual time was actually 28.75, and I'm suspicious when the going's that far off and a dog's doing that much of a better time. So I don't know if it was more to kind of work around the other ones. The one I thought was quite interesting was I Am to Magic, who's won well at Newbridge. How would that be as a run, Dylan?
I actually got a few bob in him that night. I was there that night. He used to be with Robert Gleeson over here. Kind of lacked the yard up over here. Was kind of more of a staying type. I quite liked him. He'd probably have to step forward a bit on his. Well, maybe he wouldn't on his 2 trials. I sided with the one bitch on the draw, or the one dog. Sorry.
The price is suspiciously big.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at the market now, and I think two's been strong pretty much all evening and continues to be. And that's probably why maybe one's a bit on the drift. But I just thought one might have, certainly going on what they did over here, one probably has that little bit more early. Whether that's the case over there, obviously things can change. But I just sided with her. Especially at that price, I probably would have thought she was maybe a little bit big.
Yeah, I would agree. I had sort of, the three of them all around 3-1. Well, between 6-4 and 3-1. So yeah, she's a standout, Romeo McQueen. It'll be interesting. What do you think, Dave?
I was going to go with a 6, just purely because I thought there might be some, inside crowding with the 1 and the 2.
Yeah.
And obviously 6 swoop round on the outside and kick clear, hopefully.
Yeah. A 28.25 would definitely win this race, but it hasn't done a 28.25. It's done a 28.75, and the rest of the form doesn't quite all sit together for a dog that would do that kind of time. So we've said all of this. You probably see Drumco Roscoe bolt up now, but we shall see.
I think one and two are going in the wrong.
I think Peel needs to put £1 in the meter.
Yeah, I'm going to go.
Come back. Is that your baby in the background, Dylan?
Yeah, she literally just started it. Like as soon as I clicked to come on, she started. I texted upstairs and said, "That's good timing."
Yeah. There's Jacob on again. McQueen, massive price. Yeah, is a big price on paper. Do we know you, Jacob? Are you a different name on Twitter, or do you just Watchalong? Let us know. Magnum's Extended Mixes as well. Who is Magnum's Extended Mixes? Are you someone on Twitter? Another regulars welcome. 2 looks way too short for me. Well, we shall see in a minute.
He probably is short on the face of it, but the fact that they'll keep coming for it, I would imagine.
Yeah, agreed.
He's showing something.
Yeah. Craig Dade laying the 2.
Peter K.
Hear me now, Tom, or not?
Yeah. Just in time for a commentary.
Right. Here we go then. Racing and 2 flashes out. Downwards and up towards the first turn, and 1 and 2 collide. 1 goes round in front with 3, trying to slip round, but that checks on heels, and we've lost 4 at the back. Romeo McQueen 3-length lead over I Am's a Magic. Then comes Dicer King round the last 2 turns. Romeo McQueen for Vicky. 3 Lambs a Magic up towards the line, steering a middle course. 1 will go on a score from 2 and 6 involved in a photo for second Arms a Magic.
Well done, judges. You're absolutely right, Dylan.
Is my
awful? Yeah, awful sound. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I've rebooted before we even started, so that's a bit of a worry.
See if it's stabilised. If not, then maybe go and reset your router.
I've done it already, but I'll do it again, I think.
Right. See in a sec. Well, £2.80 profit. We'll take that.
She actually ran well to make the bend.
Yeah, it did. Did the one that went over get up?
I didn't see it.
No. Right, off to Shelbourne we go. The market is forming at Shelbourne Park. Let's have a look first of all. Let's look at Born Warrior, who Dave likes the look of. Share video files. That went in heat number 19, running from trap 6. It's explosive boy race, yeah. Great bit of pace there.
Yeah, flew into the bend.
Let's have another look at that. What do we think of the start? Just, I think just slipped.
But he's kind of sluggish away. That's the only worry I'd have. There's no doubt in his pace is. I think to do 17-15 to the third that night off that start was a hell of a run.
Yeah,
I know he got picked up, but he lost absolutely nothing in the feet. But
no.
the only worry I have with him is the starting.
Yeah. Doesn't look like getting beaten here.
No, but I think I clocked the sectionals. I think he come home quite slow compared to a lot of the bigger guns. But like I said, to do that sort of running he did early on after the start, and he's not the strongest anyway. So
yeah, as Craig Day said, 5's taken his ground for half a stride as well. So he's not gone out. He's gone to get going, had to take another go. So he's done 29.51 before. He did 29.65 last week. You would think certainly capable of doing 29.51 with a slightly clearer run. Is that enough to win this race? It's going to be a tricky one. Probably.
Does he normally swing that wide off the last?
He can be wide, yeah. He tends to be. He tends to run quite wide. I don't know if it's. I just think it's him. That's just his way of running. He was quite wide that day though. I can't think him back. I'm not sure if he's usually that wide, but he does steer a wider course off the last bend.
Yeah, we're having a look at Kildare here in Trap 5, who was in Trap 5 last week. And if Kildare starts like that again, Balmoray's got an absolute solo to that first bend.
Yeah, moved into like the 3 lane, didn't he?
Yeah.
They're quite similar in the fact that they do their best run is from what to do from when they come out of the box at the third bend.
Yeah.
But they can just be that little bit sluggish away.
So what's your fancy in this race, Dylan?
I've come down on the 3 dog purely just based on the fact that I couldn't count on the bottom 2 coming away.
So that's 2 in a row who ran from Trap 4 last week. He's in 3 tonight.
He has, for a dog that up until his last 2 runs was really consistent out of the box. He's kind of missed it the last twice. I actually said it on here last week. I didn't expect him to miss it a second time in a row, and he did.
Yeah.
So I'm not even going to say I don't expect him to miss it a third time in a row. But I just kind of thought whatever got first run out of the 3 might win. And I just thought he was maybe the more consistent trapper of the 3, purely based on that alone.
I think that's a reasonable angle. I'm tempted to have a saver on Marie's Wedding as well. I absolutely love Marie's Wedding.
Yeah, she should step forward a good bit. She'll have to, but she should step forward a good bit on last week's run. I thought I was actually quite disappointed with her last week.
So was I. Yeah, so was I.
And you obviously can't discount the 2 Hennessy runners, even though they're going to probably have to come from last.
Yeah. We'll have a look at Marie's Wedding's run last week. Heat 16. Trap 4.
I thought she'd win around there.
Yeah.
Obviously, she got a bit of a bump.
Yeah. On the betting, I've been happily Dutching while we've been having a chat. So we've got a fair few running for us here. So hopefully Kildare doesn't bolt up, but we shall see.
I thought Kildare would give Born a Warrior plenty of room, me.
Yeah, we were just saying that on the videos. Yeah, strongly agree. It's always been a struggle to watch the first race of the night, so we'll see what happens and whether I can get the stream up or not.
He's waved his flag.
I can't get the com up.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah.
Away and racing. One flashes out, just moves off a true line, takes two's ground, but it's Born a Warrior up on the outside that races into the turn. Trouble there with 4 runs off and takes Kildare's ground there. Barefoot Supremo causes all sorts of bother in behind and down the back straight. It's Born a Warrior into the third turn, 2 lengths clear from Marie's Wedding, who's in second. Picking up now is Barefoot Supremo, and he is moving into third spot round the last 2 turns. He spins wide as he always does. Born a Warrior straightens up and powers home and beats Marie's Wedding 4. Barefoot Supremo qualifies back in third, and they were clear from the rest of the pack.
I was very happy to have Marie's Wedding 2 in a row and Born Warrior running for us for most of the race there. 2 in a row, a little bit disappointing.
29.46 Tom.
29, wow.
17.04 sectional. 3.42 over the line.
We did say we thought Born Warrior was capable of a 29-ish 50 run, and with a clear like that, yeah.
What was the PL? 41, was it?
29, 46.
Or 46?
46, yeah.
Supremo's still there.
I do like this dog. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
Showed nice pace there.
He's got serious gears.
Hi, Warrior.
But Born a Supremo was he was in all sorts of trouble at the
Barefoot
first turn.
Supremo, yeah.
And he went mad down the back, absolutely mad. He was going so quick he had to check his stride in the third.
Yeah. Branchy lands his nap. You can relax now, Dave.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only winner of the night. Better than Donny anyway. My 2 tips at Donny.
Yeah, in the Kazi. Actually, the Franco dog went so short. I laid him in the end, Dave, but I made it favourite, but not that short. Do you know what I mean? They just come from pound shillings a pence. I think you must have a tipping line, haven't you?
Nah.
Big following on Twitter, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, he was well punted, wasn't he? Yeah, well done.
He was, yeah. Yeah, it was.
But based on them sprints, I just thought he should have gone faster, on that trial.
Yeah, he needed to break, didn't he? He didn't really break. You went in to dominate there, didn't you? And he didn't.
Yeah.
So.
One
It was
to
a
watch
poor
out
race.
for.
It was a poor race. Yeah.
Over to Monmouth. The next one, we'll have a quick chat about this race and maybe then do a little bit on the next one at Shelbourne. Maglass Brave, I really like the makeup of this dog and the form in Ireland coming into here. Yeah, not been winning a lot, but running with an awful lot of credit. I've texted Nathan, does Maglass Brave win? And Nathan said yes. So that was enough for me.
That's easy, isn't it?
Nice and easy.
No, he'll need to run or
No.
so-and-so's a danger. Nah, that's good.
We have a very straightforward relationship on the old texts, me and Nathan.
Very good.
Just does Maglass Brave win tonight? Replied, yeah, should. We'll take that.
Yeah, got two length fourth to Toolmaker Beach. Wouldn't be too sad a form there, Dylan, would it?
No, I actually looked at him. He ran in a novice 750. He was actually only the time he was bet half a length to Toolmaker Beach, and he ran really, really well. And I kind of thought he could be a nice dog over a trip. And his form just, I wouldn't say backed off, but he went into the Corncullen then, and it was obviously a little bit tougher. He did kind of interest me here because sometimes when you get Irish dogs going over, their first run in England, sometimes it can be a bit of a bigger price than what you think there would be.
Yeah.
But this fella, when I checked earlier, he wasn't what I was hoping he'd be, so I left him alone. Even though I thought I'd look between the top and the bottom. I'd like to see him go and win, but I haven't had a play in it.
We're drifting out a bit now. I've been a bit keen. I thought he might come in a little bit when the money starts coming, but the market's still livening itself up a bit.
I just see on Racing Post TV, Dave, Annalise Thompson. Do you know her?
We used to have our kennels at Dad's, Ron Thompson's.
Yeah, that's what I thought, yeah.
I only knew her when she was like tiny, like maybe 5 or 6 years old.
Right.
And her and Jack and her brother. But yeah, we had our kennels there at Thompson's when we trained at Donny back in the day.
Right.
Yeah, Ron's a character.
Yeah.
Especially with training his horses.
Yeah.
That impress you last night, PL?
Say again, mate.
Did that impress you last night in Shelbourne?
Sorry, I lost what you said.
Did that impress you last night in Shelbourne?
Pressure?
Did anything impress you?
No, sorry, I'm lost.
Did anything impress you at Shelbourne?
Oh, sorry, gotcha. Sorry, did
when I lived in the Bahamas, I lived with an Irish guy, and he had the hardest accent in the world to understand. So I'll take yours all day long.
I think I've got where it was now. It was the anything that threw me there. Yeah, right. Hoffer, obviously. Yeah, I suppose Hoffer was on. I thought he was a bit unlucky. Did you think Galloping Sydney was a bit unlucky not to get round, really?
Yeah, I actually thought him and One Time Only kind of ran. They both finished fourth, but I actually thought they ran really well. I just think dogs that want to be on the bunny, I think Explosive Boy broke One Time Only's heart. And he couldn't finish off his race. He done a lot of running to try and get by him, and vice versa. Then for Galloping Sydney, who I actually thought ran really, really well. I
suppose it's a bit of a surprise for me was Callaway Pro-Am. Although you've got him in your 5, haven't you?
I got a bit of 66s at the start. Yeah. I didn't expect him to do that myself. I was really impressed with him now.
I was actually going to say, Tom keeps saying we should get a Watchalong dog, and I think that Galloping Sydney would be an ideal dog for 450 Oxford.
Wait till after the Laurels. I think he could win the Laurels.
Yeah, so I don't think. I doubt they'd sell, and I doubt our Watchalong budget would be big enough, Tom. But there you go.
No, I agree. I have to say, even last night, I got home here last night from Newbridge, and I was just kind of going back over the heats in my head, and I actually thought the 2 nights now. Obviously the first night he won, and even last night, he's really impressed me. I think he's a dog I'd like to keep on side for whether he goes down the Ledger route in Limerick or maybe the Laurels might be the target, considering he had a lot of Cork form before coming into it. So,
and that was the thing, because I think he'd met Stephen's Rock in a race. I think it might have been at Shelbourne a while back. Stephen's Rock walked out, and he cleared him okay, but he couldn't get the run through. And yet last 2 up, Stephen's Rock, he's broke twice, and he's shown actually nice pace, to be fair to him. But he was trying his level best to get round him, Dylan, and he just couldn't.
Yeah, he just
couldn't.
Good
Cody got squeezed back and knocked him, and then he even tried to go to in the third bend. He just climbed all over his back there around the 3rd and 4th, and then like that. I do think, and we discussed him, and we thought he kind of was a front runner. Really, he's not the strongest over 550. He's probably more. That's what I think. He's more of a 525 yard dog. That's his tops, really. Looking at him.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. That's what I thought. I would imagine. Maybe they'll go both, but I would imagine now the Laurels would probably be his main target, because obviously 525 around Cork, which seems to suit.
He's already done the 29:30 around there.
Yeah. So I'd imagine that will be their target now. But no, I like him. I'd like to keep. I'd be keeping him on side going forward for definite.
Sorry, 28:30, not 29:30. Beg your pardon. 28:30.
There's a lot of big guns gone. Like, we've got 7 heats left, and there's a lot of big names gone.
Yeah. Well, this is me, isn't it? 6:30 then. Did we have a bet, Tom, or not?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we have £40 for top.
Oh, here we go then. 6:30 maiden. Racing, and 2 is the first to show, but early is it from Mayglass Brave will take him to the front. 2 got shuffled back Mason's Pal. And they come out the second turn. It's Mayglass Brave that goes on. He's got a 2.5 length lead over Jaguar Sam in second. A big gap back to 6th gear, who's now being pressured by Tommy's Bolt. for third spot. Down the far side for the final time. Mayglass Brave, not quite so far clear. He's a length and a half to the good. Over Jaguar Sam, who's trying to close, but he's just edged away going into the fifth turn now, Mayglass Brave. He's kicked on here. Stamina comes into play. And Nathan Hunt's Mayglass Brave. Pay. Tommy, no. 4 was second. Tommy's Bolt ran on well. And Jaguar Sam, third in the end.
I really like the way that's run there. It's done enough. It saw the 6 coming. It's pulled away a little bit. It's not run its guts out, and that's what you want from a stayer.
I think that's what he's done. He's just stayed, hasn't he? He's out. Yeah. He showed a bit of early zip, got himself in the race. Yeah. Probably got a little bit OP'd in the middle part, and then kicked again.
Yeah, really nice.
Well done, Tom.
Thank you. I was hoping there'd be a few sprints at Monmouth for us to get stuck into. We did quite well on those last week, but it wasn't to be.
Yeah.
We have to go and do our bollocks at Shelbourne. 3 minutes to the off at Shelbourne. It's really annoying the way the races are falling this week, but such is life. So, Dylan, you like Own Spice here, don't you? Who we will have a quick look at.
Yeah, just on the draw. I think 2 will move out a bit. There was a question marks over a lot of them. I gave the 5 a squeak too. I had a little saver on the 5, I think, and I actually did the forecast. So,
so Own Spice is trap 2 in this race, so made a hash of it at the boxes.
Yeah, he stays on really, really well, and even looking at the way he runs his 2 bends, I think he'd be well suited by red. He seems to rail like a cat.
Yeah, Mustang Jets are a fair way in front at this point, but it was a hell of a run. Coming home well. Yeah, with the start, would have run Mustang Jets pretty close, actually, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and he's in front going into the... Just about going into the pickup. So.
I like it. What was your fancy, Dave?
I, on my tipping compass, selected All About Ted. Just out wide. Thought he could get away and again, hopefully. Always led, hopefully.
Yeah. It's an inconsistent one, I think, is how I would describe All About Ted. I can never, ever, ever get him right. But he's gone past him like a standing still there. Terrific pace into the bend, but then dive into the rail, which against some of these might be a little bit harder to do than it was last week, perhaps. And what about UPL?
I bet Own Spice at 10 earlier in the week, and actually I wanted one firm was going 14 beepers, Chris, and I'm not sure we mentioned that last night. Ballymut Bronze, in my eyes, will definitely move middle. And I think Own Spice has got the draw, so that was me. Beepers, Chris showed a little bit of early off a moderate to slow break last week. So I thought I had a chance. I thought All About Ted was kind of living on past glories more than anything else. He's a nice dog, don't get me wrong. I don't think he's quite firing. He's very, very hit and miss at the boxes. Patient Crusader, I think we backed him last week. He popped out, just got a little bit outpaced and then kept on again. Yeah, a bit behind Well Met, who I quite like later on. So Stories Cash Out's a nice putt, but a bit one pace and probably wants to rails. So I was big on Own Spice here.
Yeah. Okay.
And have you got the comms?
No. Haven't.
Race away. One gets a decent start, just bumps into the 2, and this allows 6 to show early pace on the outside. One's got squeezed back. Trouble there for 3 at the back as well. And All About Ted goes to the front and shoots 3 lengths clear from 4 Stories Cash Out in second. Then comes Patient Crusader in third at the third turn. And it's All About Ted with a 3-length lead from Stories Cash Out. Then comes 5 Patient Crusader. In behind these, Own Spice is trying to stay on for a place. But 6 wins by about a length and a half in the end, All About Ted from Stories Cash Out with Patient Crusader taking third. It got a bit messy from boxes to the first turn, and All About Ted has actually taken advantage of that, probably courtesy of his draw.
Good pick, Dave. Not too much harm done on the betting front.
Easy this tipping
for the
line.
rest of us.
I think actually there, Tom, Own Spice broke okay, immediately hit 2, I think, and I thought 2 would move off and give him plenty of room, but it just got a bit messy. He then tried to go into the turn, and they seemed to collide again going into the bend, and then that's where 6. I think there's a lot of cuddling going on the inside, and 6 has taken advantage more than anything else. But
yeah,
I mean, fair play to him.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got again the race are running really close to each other, so we'll do the next race at Shelbourne, then we'll dip onto Monmouth, and then we'll watch the race at Shelbourne. Just to keep us active. So I think it's Droopy's next one, isn't it? Yeah, so we've got Droopy's next one, Milridge Bryce, to Bowles Freddy, Ringabella Boy, Vincenzo, and All About Annie. I suppose we had better look at Vincenzo first of all. 23, here we go. Running out of chap 5. Really good buckle between Vincenzo and Sentimental Lad this race. We backed Sentimental Lad in the end, didn't we, PL? That was one of our better wins of the evening. Going from the same box again today. Yeah, done 29.65 in this run. Got a 29.27 on the card though from just last month. So certainly capable of going a bit quicker than this. And a lot of people's fancies for the Derby. What did you make of the run, Dylan?
Yeah, I'm on a Manty Post. I was happy with it because I do think he's the type of dog, and I think he was probably a bit short as well, but he showed in the Shelbourne Champion 550. He just progressed with each run, and I'd expect the same sort of scenario in the Derby, just to keep coming forward. So look, he was never going to pick up Sentimental Lad once he led. Like he's got the clock over 575, but I was really pleased with it, and I just think the makeup of the race. I think PL said it the other day. He might even actually lead up here. The only one I'd fear would be the bitchin' one, because she's very quick if she popped out. Yeah. I think there's a big run in her if she turned in front. But I was just looking at a couple of her runs out of 1, and she has, not the whole time, but she has once or twice just moved right out of trap 1. So
yeah, she's trap 4 in the same video.
Yeah, she did an awful lot of running, and in fairness. She came from a long way back, but no, I think it's. I thought it was. I'd be a little bit surprised if it wasn't 5-1. I just he should definitely qualify comfortably, and look, he is. I think he'll take beating, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean he's going to be 1.35, something like that, probably.
Yeah, he'll be skimpy enough.
And I'm not in a particular hurry to back any dog at that sort of price.
Tom, what I did what I thought was a really clever move, because I knew that you'd be watching the Arsenal game. So I did Arsenal to win, and then I did Vincenzo with Banner the Red in a treble.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they went 1-0 down. I'm thinking that was clever, Peel. What did you do that for? And they come back and won 2-1.
Yeah.
Great minds think alike. I threw Chelsea into the hat too. Did they hold on to win? They probably drew. I actually didn't check the result. I probably shouldn't have said it. They probably ended up drawing.
Chelsea won 2-1. So. Sorry if anyone's waiting for match of the day later.
Yeah.
So, do we see a bet in the race? 47.
Can you really bet? I don't know.
Can you? What would you? If Vincenzo drifts to 1.6, I would say it is a bet.
Yeah, I thought he was. I thought it was a 2-1 chance, really, Tom. Yeah. Like 2-1, 4-7. But as I said to Dylan the other day. I think the more I look at it, I think it's not impossible he's going to lead here, and if he leads, it'll just be a mess. It will be a mess. I mean, the other day, when you think he was chasing, he got off stride. Actually, I think Ian said it in commentary. His back legs went a little bit around the first bend, and then he tried to go with him into the third turn, and then he sort of just because he just lost his balance a little bit, and he checked over the back of him and he lost a lot of momentum as well, and he still kept coming. Do you know what I mean? I think he's a good competition dog, and Patrick's dogs are running so well. Yeah. Was there any? I meant to speak to Ian today actually to try and find out. Was there any fallout with his dog that got knocked over last night?
I didn't hear. I think I heard in commentary he was up and racing, if I'm not mistaken. But I didn't hear that, and so hopefully,
really, I keep meaning to get hold of Patrick because I think he comes across really well. It'd be good for probably good for us, Tom. To try and get an interview or something with him.
Yeah, that'd be really good.
Before Julie Colley gets hold of him.
Yeah, what I would like to do is back Droopy's next one at evens in the place market.
Yeah, that's
so I can't see that not happening.
Yes, fair.
So yeah, I agree.
I'm gonna place that and see if someone takes it. I think that's a very good bet, actually. If I do say so myself. Because Milridge Bryce in 2. We'll have a look at Milridge Bryce. It's good having these videos. Thank you, GRI. You are very good people for this.
I actually thought the 2 ran well last week. I have it down here.
Track 3 in this race. Yeah, it's got squished coming out the boxes.
Yeah, and I think he just checks up after second bend too. I thought he actually ran well to stay on to qualify.
Probably wants lane 4 though, rather than 2.
I wouldn't be worried about him in terms of being good enough to beat the top in a.
Yeah.
But I just thought for a dog that is 40-1 on his card, I actually thought he ran better than the result looked.
Yeah. We'll have a quick look at the Bold Freddy as well because we can, and I'm excited. And it took me fucking hours to chop these videos up. He's out of trap 2 in this race. He's running out of 3 today. Look at the start again. I remember dog layer John Ramsey. He doesn't call himself dog layer anymore. He calls himself John from League One. But he always said that he thought the most important thing in a greyhound race is what they do immediately out of the boxes. And so it is really good with the videos just to be able to have a look at their style, exactly where they're going. Are they stepping left? Are they stepping right? Debole Freddy's holding a pretty true line there. Got squeezed well, just got outpaced to the bend and squeezed out there. And we may as well have a look at all about Annie's race as well. He's in trap 6. Was running from trap 6 last time as well.
And all about Annie.
She was a big surprise last week.
Didn't manage
to really well, to be fair, yeah.
Yeah, she did. Got a bit of a solo. Almost on the hair rail there. Checked up. Yeah, 25-1. Why not?
I just think she'll be behind Vincenzo and she won't be back around him. But
yeah,
I think she could make second. So like a forecast 5 to beat 6 in this.
I ring about a boy showing a bit of early and off a poor break, but.
Let's have a look at Ring a Bella Boy then. Race 4, running out of trap 3.
So he sort of tried to go up a little bit late,
Yeah.
And then he tried to challenge here and then jumped over the back of the dog.
Yeah.
There, look.
Yeah.
Then lost his momentum.
He actually surprised.
Lengths and lengths.
He surprised me last week because I actually thought he didn't have, like you said, he showed a nice bit up after a sluggish start. I didn't think he had that in him.
Yeah. And I suppose it's whether he can break better. I don't know the dog other than that really. Seeing that he's got a 28.47 5.25 trial, which I don't think is really good enough. I would have thought Vincenzo would go quicker than that. Dylan.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think the ball Freddie's a funny one because early on in his career, he looked like he was all about early, and now he kind of looks like he wants to trip, and maybe he's lacked that yard up.
Yeah.
3 minutes to the off at Monmouth before we switch straight back to Shelbourne.
I tried to bet this. So this is my dog, isn't it? And I missed it. I failed miserably there. So I got a bit greedy. I went for 2.54. And missed.
What, Bambi's Magic?
Yeah.
11 to 10 and what is it? 1 point.
I just think he's an accident waiting to happen, this dog.
He'd be better drawn than last week, would he? Was he in 4 last week?
Yeah, he wants to rouse desperately. Yeah. Without being a bang raider, but he's been drawn 3 and 4, and I can't leave him on back to him, so I'll drop him down here.
Yeah, that's okay.
I just think he's a quick dog, and I saw him at Hove and he was running one, and I think he's been running all right at Monmouth, just didn't really have the rub. Obviously, he got beat by Move Over Char, and then last week he got outstarted by Infield Trojan. He tried to go up with him, but he cannoned it. The dog's going inwards, so really all he needs is any kind of start here, and he'll lead and win.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be that much early in it compared to his last 2 runs.
No.
Yeah.
No, I missed the boat there because I didn't really look at the Monmouth card too hard. I was like Davey. I was concentrating on Donny really to get the wages, which was a success story. I do love a sprinter, Donny. I don't know about you, Dave.
I hate him.
You hate him? Jeez.
Yeah, I just hate.
I'm like Tricky, I don't.
Donny. He loves them, doesn't he?
Yeah.
We had a nice sprinter there in that Greg's wagon. I think he broke 17 once, and he was fastest for the year for about 6 or 7 months. But yeah, I had to close my eyes watching into that first bend.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who I was quite interested in this race. It's a mad shout. Aero Bob. Aero Bob has got an awful lot of pace to the bend. And Jazz Toes, I don't think is going to particularly threaten him. I think Aero Bob gets to the bend 9 times out of 10 ahead of Jazz Toes. And with Droopy's Cavalry out of form a bit as well, I thought at a huge price was a little bit of an angle. But yeah, I mean, Bambi's Magic is the obvious one.
You're going to cover him then?
Just for the brain damage.
Yeah, of course.
Just for the brain damage.
That's exactly what you got to do, yeah.
I think Jazz Toes in this.
Do you?
Yeah, won a nice sprint at Donny.
Yeah.
It's changed hands as well, isn't it, from Gary Ferguson to Rankin.
Right. They've smashed the good thing here. Odds on in the ring. Hair runs then for the Sheila Tudor's Happy Retirement Stakes. 480 metres a trip. Hair approaches. And they're away and racing. Bambi's Magic breaks nicely, shows his early dash into the turn, takes the race by the scruff of the neck and goes on 2 or 3 lengths clear. In behind him then comes Jazz Toes, who's moved into second spot just in front of Droopy's Carry there. Well clear then of Whiting's New Era. Into the third turn, Blue Jacket of Bambi's Magic has a 2.5 length lead over Jazz Toes, who's trying to edge closer now as they swing off the final turn. Not so far clear too. It's hard work on the front end, all out in the closing stages, but does indeed win. Bambi's Magic wins it for the good guys. I'm not saying Davey's not a good guy. He's done run well. Dave, got out that one, didn't I? Yeah, he was actually he grovelled home, didn't he?
Yeah.
The second's actually on really well.
Yeah,
We'll take it.
I think he's showing best early. To be fair, Bambi's Magic, but that's probably him. I think 480 is probably too far for him. He might be another Oxford dog, Tom.
Yeah. Someone has asked. It was Kevin, wasn't it? Will any of you be at Oxford next Friday and Saturday? My local track, can't wait. Should be a cracking card and definitely a brilliant atmosphere. We'll be on Watchalong on Saturday, but I am tempted to make a trip over on Friday. Any of you going?
I'm going. I'm commentating.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Very good.
That's too far for me.
Too far for me too.
Yeah. To be fair, it's a long way for me. Oxford to Cambridge, it's not many miles, but it takes forever to get east to west across this country.
It's 2 hours for me, but
Yeah.
Is it on RPG TV?
no.
No.
Oh, that's disappointing.
No.
They should let us stream it. They should let us stream it on Watchalong.
Yeah, we went to Oxford a couple of times. Kevin said come over, and we went there, me and Lorraine, and we went in his box and that for the Speedway. And it's really funny because I come from Boston in Lincolnshire, and Kevin comes from Curtin, which is just outside of Boston. And we never really knew each other other than when I met him at Henlow, sort of thing, when he was at Henlow. And so he comes from the same sort of area as me. And it turns out he used to go to Boston Barracudas, which I did on a Sunday night when they were playing at home. So it's really weird. And so because he loves the Speedway, and so did I when I was a youth, And so he said, come over, and we went there. It was just brilliant. So we went there a couple of times. And Lorraine, while we were there, went, oh, Paul will do your commentaries.
Truppies next one, Vincenzo up the middle of the track, into the bend is one. Truppies next one with 5. Vincenzo, a great tussle on her hands here, it seems. Vincenzo on the outside takes over from Truppies next one, then comes 4. Ring of Bella Boy, but it's Vincenzo on by 2 lengths to 1. Truppies next one, who tries to bridge the gap in second, but Vincenzo remains clear around the bottom 2 bends, 2.5 lengths, swings to the middle of the track. Truppies next one staying on stoutly, but Vincenzo impressive. Second is 1, Truppies next one, and 4, Ring of Bella Boy, running a fine race in third. The winning time, 29:45.
Gutsy run from Vincenzo there.
Yeah, it was.
Gutsy.
I mean, Ian said he was impressive, but I think probably the second was more impressive.
Yeah, she's really, really quick though. Like she's extremely quick. Like she's the type of bitch, to be honest. If she turned in front, if she had a turn in front, you're nearly expecting her to do a 29:30 odd run. Like she's really good.
Unfortunately, our place didn't get matched. Too greedy. A bit of 1.8 got nibbled, which we probably should have gone in at, but we're just greedy men, aren't we?
Yeah, that come out quick. Me fucking rattling on about some kind of Oxford story. Yeah. The grey-haired fucking know-it-all.
No, it was the older know-it-all. So they're basically saying they've not said the old know-it-all. They're saying the older. So they're basically saying we are both old, but you are older than me. To differentiate between us. I think it's absolutely shocking. But there you go.
Fucking hell. I'm glad I didn't give it the big one with that Bambi's Magic as well, because that fucking grovel down. I nearly did in commentary, but I thought, no, don't disrespect David Beach's debut effort tonight. And actually, I think Dylan, it was right on the edge. He was impressive at the second. Again, another second that was impressive. Fucking hell. But we got the money with the first one anyway, Tom. We didn't with the second. That was the thing. Yeah,
that's it. It's all about getting the readies.
Yeah.
And we're up a bit for the night, which is good. It's good to start losing from a position of strength.
Yeah, we chase the whole time last week, weren't we? Yeah,
it was. Yeah,
last
night was pretty. It was hard work.
Yeah.
Is that because
Dylan? Yeah, probably. He's very distracting. It's like running a primary school when you're trying to moderate Tricky.
It sounded like he had some kind of row with someone he works with about it. He was supposed to be working that night, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And then he went, no,
and tonight, and he's on the chat.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Sorry, I've not been very good on the comments. There's just an awful lot.
Is Tom frozen?
Yeah.
Oh, no. 29.45, that was. Vincenzo.
Yeah, very impressive.
Happy with that, Dylan?
Yeah, do you know what? I actually am, because I even looking at him there, you just know there's so much more to come.
Yeah.
You know,
Do you think he's still trying to learn? He's still inexperienced because he kind of drifts off, doesn't he? And like, you know what he did on the back of Sentimental Lad? He sort of half did that on his own, didn't he? Come off the last.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I just look at it, I think there's so much more in the tank.
Yeah.
And I like that, you know. I like that. And it'll be interesting because, like I was saying, in the Shelbourne champion, he was coming home like in 12, 13, 12, 14s consistently. So he's probably not doing that yet. You know it's in there. So, no, I think he's had 2 really good blowouts now, and there's more left in the tank. So I couldn't be happy. See, because we were saying the other day about Gallup in Sydney, I was humming and hawing, would I have a play anti-post? And I kind of thought, I started with 5. They all got through to the second round, and I was just unsure about his draw.
Yeah.
So I just left it, and there's just no point because the 5 of them are still going. So.
Yeah. Actually, I lost one time only, but yeah, I'm one of them though, Dylan. The thing is that it's so difficult to get the best price, and to be fair, Lorraine got the best price for me, and I just I was gonna have a really tiny bet just to say, well, and in the end I had a bit of a fair bet sort of thing just to really have a go, because I just really thought, and the more I looked at him and the more people were saying, and that the actual fact that he was 8 and 10 in the week and he got smashed into 5 tells you that I wasn't. Well, we weren't wrong, if you get what I mean. People saw what we saw, if you get what I mean. So
yeah, and like that, had he been drawn not even in that heat, say had he been drawn 1 or 2, I probably wouldn't even thought twice about it. I probably would have went in.
I understand.
But I looked at it in a way, I thought, to be honest, I thought it was one of them. I thought he either pops out and wins or he probably doesn't qualify. And I just thought, I have a couple of players on my side, so I leave it be. I had a little nibble on him last night. They were betting on off Biles prices in Newbridge last night, and he was 10. So I had a little nibble on him at 10s last night. But
that's why these young lads are so disciplined, whereas me and you were just not as. See? Oh, he's gone. He's froze. That's not a good look, Tom.
Sorry, I hope I'm back now.
It looks like you're miserable. That's better.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I think my internet's in and out a bit.
I keep thinking it's me all the time. I'm so paranoid.
StreamYard. I'd say the quality is better. I think we do look more handsome on here than on the previous platform, which was Melon, where Dylan looked like he was being held hostage last week.
I must take a screenshot and show her, see what she thinks.
Right, again, we've got a 3-minute gap between the races, so we'll have a chat about Shelbourne first of all, which is, of course, the main course. CryptoPunk, Karen 2L, Stories Pee-wee, Rara Mofo, Ross Dame, and Kilgraney Clang. A lot of the Shrewdies have been talking about Ross Dame today. What do you think, Dylan?
Yeah, he was a big eye catcher last week, in fairness. And it's one of them, going into last week, you're not even probably thinking about him, no disrespect to the dog, but you probably wouldn't give him a second look, and then he catches the eye, and all of a sudden you're going to look back at what he did previous.
Yeah.
He shows, even here, down to the third bend, he absolutely flies. he's a funny one. Even looking at his profile, he's a bit kind of hit and miss. He runs really well, and he's a couple of bad runs. And I had a little nibble. I'd not in major. It was one of those races. I had a little nibble on him and a little nibble on the 3 Dog at a big price. I didn't think he'd be double figures, and he was when I went down this morning. Stories Pee-wee. But it's just one of those races. Had Raha Mofo not ran the way she did last week, I probably would have said she was a certainty here. Yeah. But she disappointed me a bit last week, and I just kind of think on that run, she may be worth taking on.
Yeah, we'll have a quick look at Mofo here. He's running in Heat 4. I think this is the one with the appalling camera quality. No, it's not. No, this one's okay, actually.
She just doesn't... You look at her going into the bend. She just doesn't drive her bend. She's kind of... I don't know what it is about her. I was listening to Ian and Tommy on they were on Monday on the Talking Dogs, and I never really picked up on it until they said it, but it's kind of like it's not the first time she's done it where she's maybe a little bit hesitant going into the bend.
Yeah.
And it's only when you hear someone saying it and you actually go back and that's what you're looking out for, that you can see it. So that would be a worry if there was something up her inside, that might drive the bend. But
she paced that so well. You think you'd be counting your money the first 5 strides.
Probably 20 to 1 on at track wise, like.
Yeah.
Look, it's one of those. She's the fastest in the race, but just last week would maybe leave a slight question mark over her. And I just thought maybe 3 and 5, very small nibbles, just more so for a bit of interest. And I could see 3 running well. I think he'll qualify, but whether he'll win is another question.
Let's have a look at 3 then, which is Stories Pee-wee, Heat 17, running out of Trap 2.
Yeah, I thought this Stories P ran really well. I was looking at the safe way and going the third place market, but I don't know whether they were betting on them today. But this was my sort of angle in the race, was probably Stories Pee-wee a place, Tom.
Yeah, one will probably move right from boxes. He tends to kind of step out a bit, so there might be a bit of trouble inside.
Well, we can have a look at that as well. Crypto Punk in Heat 1 from Trap 1.
Geez, you have to be on your toes tonight. You'll get away with nothing if you.
Yeah,
yeah, everything's accountable.
Yeah, definitely edging off, and then just jigged off there on the quarter as well. Yeah.
And he's actually kind of edged off. I think he might have ran. I don't know if it's the week previous, but one of his Trap 1 runs before that, he went even more like from traps. So that'd be a concern.
Yeah.
It's another one of those just really open heats. Like it's.
Yeah, you really are looking 3, 4, and 5 though on paper.
I'm actually a really big fan of the 2 Dog. He's just very inconsistent at boxes, and he ran well last week. He would have badly needed to run, but like I said, when you've one moving out like that,
Trap 1 here. Oh, where's it gone? Where's he gone at the first bend?
Yeah.
I don't know what's happened there. Back legs taking it. I don't know. Just completely lost the line.
Just went on. Yeah, just straight on.
Yeah, just carried straight on.
Yeah.
Chasing Hoffer home. Do you think they're chasing the lure at this point, or are they chasing the dog that's in first?
Yeah, that's debatable, wouldn't it? Yeah.
I'd say he can't see the lure from there.
No.
Yeah. Mind you, when you're behind Hoffa, it's very hard to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chasing his backside.
I was in Newbridge watching the heats last night, and Ian called out 1680 to the third bend before obviously the race was over, and I genuinely thought he had mistaked it. It was one of those we were just thinking, it's definitely not 1680.
3 minutes to the off over at Monmouth.
Interesting.
We've got
races.
it's East Anglian Derby tonight as well, isn't it?
Is it really?
I think so. I think they're the same time as the Shelbourne races.
I was muted.
I thought you'd been quiet.
Yeah, 6 minutes to the off for the first heat of the East Anglian Derby.
Yeah, running at 8:06, exactly the same time as Shelbourne, which is just a fantastic piece of planning.
I've got 3 screens on the go.
I think Kaluki is an absolute good thing here. What do you think, PL?
I don't like the sprint trial, sprint box, and then switch back. I know he's already had a trial round here, 28:35. I know that.
Nice enough sprint though.
I thought, yeah, you're right. Yeah, no, you're right. I just don't like the switch of boxes, Tom. That's all. From the sprint back to the 480. But that was me little worry. I thought Safeway might be place up drive on Lad, who probably wants to be a little bit further than 480. But I just thought he'd started to improve his trapping ability throughout Toaster. So that was just the way I read it. But
have you had a look at the race, Dave?
Yeah, to side with Kaluki. Just think be away and gone.
Yeah.
Ran well at Toaster, didn't it? Got to the final, was it?
Yeah, it did get to the final, yeah.
So, I do think it'll be
a bit of evens money for the place drive on Lad, I'm happy with.
Yeah, that was me, really, Tom, yeah.
Yeah. I do want to bet Kaluki. I just think it's loads for anything else in the race.
If you've got an itch to bet him, then scratch it, Tom.
Did you have a look at this one, Dylan?
Yeah, I was actually quite interested to see how the 3-bit ran. She was really good over here, absolute bundles of early. But kind of looking at her form since she moved over, it hasn't been the same.
Yeah.
Nottingham definitely wouldn't have suited her. 500 and I'd say the 480 and Monmouth here will probably stretch her. So 500
speed trap, yeah,
definitely wouldn't have suited her. But she had bundles of early over here. So she could be. I'm not sure about the rest of them, to be honest. But if she's the same bit she was over here, you do well to lead her up. But she'd be probably looking for the line coming home.
Kaluki's probably a bit shorter than I'd like now, so I will leave it. Let's keep our powder dry. Going behind boxes, I'll get us back to Ireland.
Are you all heading over for the final?
I'm booked up.
Yeah, I'm going to go on the Tuesday and come back the following Tuesday. So. Here we go. Pete Billingham's Memorial Trophy. 480 metres for puppies. The drives off from racing, and Kaluki has come out well with pace from Bellsgood up on the outside to come through and challenge. Kaluki on the inner, though, takes a better line and now goes a length and a half clear from Bellsgood. Then in behind these comes Drive On Lad, looking to show good middle gears. They're clear then of Drumduit Theo and Droop is requesting behind. But this Kaluki, impressive on the eye, has a 2.5 length lead from Drive On Lad, who started to stay on now off the last turn up towards the line. Kaluki has got there a length clear from Drive On Lad. Back in third was Bellsgood.
Got the readies in the place market.
Easy.
By the cobblers there, Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did well there, didn't he, Kaluki? Come out. I think he's more of a good breaker than a sort of an early zipper dog. But
yeah.
But he broke well and got to the front, and that was him. Yeah.
Yep. odds to the off.
So they're a bit on 3 and 5. Don't know whether they want to top up on that, Tom, or what you think really. But I was trying to bet 3 a place really, but
Yeah. Why did Rahamofo run so badly last week? Can we put that down to anything?
Maybe Stefan's Rock running so well. I don't know, but I mean, really, this looks an easier task for it, doesn't it? It really does. It does. Actually, she was evens on the Tom, you're not wrong, mate. We should probably have a bit on her as well. Missed it.
It's funny, if this is the first round, you're thinking she's a certainty, but just because what you seen last week, you kind of...
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it?
All got a little bit on it.
We're greened up. We're greened up.
Have you got the commentary?
I've got the commentary. Derby in 1, Crypto Punk 2, Karen Tuo. In 3, Stories Pee-wee. 4 is Rahamofo. In 5, Ross Dame. And 6 is Kilgraney Clang. Here coming up behind traps. Racing, good start. By trap 4, Rahamofo. Up the inside 1, Crypto Punk. And it's Crypto Punk. Leads on the bend. From in second, 3, Stories Pee-wee. And now 2, Karen Tuo goes second. Rahamofo back and forth with work to do. But it is 1, Crypto Punk, who's on by 5, 6 lengths to in second. 2, Karen Tuo. And 3, Stories Pee-wee. Now winding up his challenge. So too is kicked Kilgraney Clang, but out front, and it is 1, Crypto Punk. Here comes 3, Stories Pee-wee.
Good Pee-wee.
Oh!
Got it.
From 3, Stories Pee-wee. The winning time, 29:54.
Wow, that's a hell of a run from where he was.
Huge run. CryptoPunk's gone well. But there was money for CryptoPunk. You could see it coming in. What's the official?
I think he got him.
We didn't really get anything out of the place. Didn't get the place money. Literally £2.50 match.
The price, the price wasn't particularly good on the price on the place market.
John Mullins just won the first tee of the East Anglian Derby with Alabama Slammer.
Oh, right.
I'm actually raging I didn't watch it on the Bark and Buzz because I can get the replay on it.
Yeah. But if on the matchbook, you can slide it back, you can rewind it on the bottom, you know. So
yeah, you can.
Rahamofo, she trapped well again. She just didn't figure.
Yeah, I thought she trapped all right. I thought you're probably near your lead here. Yeah. Although CryptoPunk did go wallop, and moved off as well, by the way.
We've got the racing on RPG TV next week, the third round.
Yeah.
They're showing Shelbourne, which would be good. I can see why they don't show the first 2 rounds, because as betting propositions, they're not as competitive as it's going to be from the third round onwards. But it's so good to watch.
Odds on chances and 5-dog races and Crayford and all that. True. What a load of shite that is. It's just they should have it from start to finish.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It is a fantastic competition.
It is
you can't get it on TV in Ireland either, can you? Because I guess they're relying on making their £2 via Barking Bars.
The Derby.
Yeah.
I think this year Virgin Media are showing, I don't know if it's the final and semi-final. They're definitely showing the final, obviously. I think they might be showing the semi-final too. So it'll be the first time. It is it? Yeah. So it'll be the first time in a few years, which is great because it's obviously free. It's free to air channel, like, so everyone.
Yeah.
Because like the likes of my granddad there, who'd be like, he'd be big into the dogs, but he only has he wouldn't be on the Sky and all that. He'd just be the normal Irish channel. So the likes of that, he'd be glad to have it back.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I can't wait to head over.
I'd imagine it's going to be pretty. Anyone I speak to everyone's going, like, so.
2004 was the last time I came over for the Derby final when Leica Shot won.
Oh, Owen Star, he was in 5, wasn't he?
And then Shelbourne Star won on the midnight as well.
Just
we did the cover in the afternoon for the Irish St Ledger, and then we went to obviously Derby final night on the same night.
It's the atmosphere. Then I was there last year, and it was during COVID, and it was just so strange because, like, the 3 sets of stands, say, they were all divided into, say, red, green, blue, and because of all the COVID, you got a wristband or whatever, and you had to stay in your whatever colour wristband you got. So you couldn't mix. Like it was almost like being back in school. You'd nip into the bar to get a drink just to talk to someone who might be down in the red stand because it was all security there, so they were stopping you from going in.
COVID just seems like a fever dream now. Just the mad things that we all did and got on with just to get out.
Yeah.
Next race is a 5-dog race.
Was the result called in Shelbourne?
What's that?
Was the result called in Shelbourne?
No one's posted it up yet. So I assume not. But if anyone in the chat has seen the result, please pop it up.
Unless it's Story Pee-wee being second.
So Dylan, can you get Ed beaten by Tullig Raven here?
I don't think so.
No.
And I don't mean to underestimate the top because he's still so young, but I just kind of want to see him do it again. Even though he broke track record first time out, I know that might sound daft, but I just still can't get the Limerick run out of my mind, how poor he was that night. I was really disappointed with him. But in a way, I'd kind of like to see him turn in front of Ed and get a really good look at him. But no, I think I wouldn't be on at the prices or whatever. I wouldn't be having to play, but I think Ed wins.
Pee-wee's won. There you go. I will put up Ed's race, but I'll wait for PL to come back because he's a fan of the dog. Do you manage to get any angle in this one, Dave?
I'll have a guess. I just thought Tullig Raven because I thought 348 sectional last time.
Yeah.
Bowler heads 3.68 obviously was impressive, into the bend and the back straight, but you just can't keep doing that every time, can you? So
no.
I just thought Raven could be away and go and hold the line around the bend and kick clear hopefully.
Yeah.
I think 5 being out is a big help to Ed too because he actually he actually does kind of go left at boxes.
Yeah.
And that would have been probably the biggest worry I would have had for him. But yeah.
Let's have a look at the dogs either side of Ed. So the first one would be Disco Pants. He's inside. Running from heat 11. In trap 1. So not going to be turning right.
No, I think he's been drawn 1 or 2 a couple of nights and he's kind of edge middle, along the tree lane. And I know there was a couple of people kind of looking for him to be seated middle. So I think he's probably in his box looking at how he moves out of 1.
Yeah. Quick enough dog on its day. Got a 29.57 on the card.
Yeah, he's more than capable. I'd probably be surprised if 1, 3, 4 weren't obviously 4, 1, 3 maybe in that order, but I'd be a little bit surprised if 2 and 6 kind of figured.
Yeah, so this is Gort Kelly Nestor running from trap 6 here in the same box tonight.
Funny enough, this is the dog that bet the top dog by 7 lengths in Limerick, 2 runs back.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, you're quite right. That's not a bad run, is it? It's not a bad run to the bend at all. We'll watch the rest of the race play out. On 30.01 in the end, bumped at the second bend. Yeah. Won't want Ed roaring up inside it. I get, yeah. Yeah, you'd be surprised to see Kelly Nestor win based on that run. Not beaten too far. PL's back, so we'll pop this one up.
Stories Pee Wee won then.
Yeah, we did. So we'll go back to the boxes with Ed. So he's just left behind, isn't he? It's like he's in the back of the box. What he's done cleverly there is keeping that line, whereas a lot of them would have just dived for the rail at that. Yeah. Let's just grab it. It's about from there, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, 9 out of 10 dogs would have bumped into trap 4 at that point. But he's been clever enough to hold his line and sweep round. And that is just ferocious pace. There's that Havana. Is it Havana Bailout? Yeah, Havana Bailout. He's got a very similar action to that in kind of that part of the race, who we'll be seeing in a bit. But it's just so powerful. So powerful. Ed, I would say, is becoming a backable price.
Yes. Christie. Named after his owner. They do that a lot, Buckley's. They name the kennel names are sometimes after the owners, you know.
Yeah.
I think the owner's got a pub and they breed a little bit as well. Because the mother was, I think she was A4, Dylan, wasn't she? The mother?
Yeah, I think was it. Someone said that to me. I don't know if it was you. Someone someone said it to me last night in Newbridge too. That his mother, it doesn't seem to be up to, form wise isn't great. Like so.
And it's funny because I said that's the fastest dog I've ever seen since Premier Fancy, and that's his grandfather.
Yeah, no, he's exceptionally fast. But it's funny. It's funny with greyhounds too, because it's kind of more. It's about the line too. You know what? She obviously, I haven't checked it. I must actually check her up. But she must have a really good line, because.
What was that? Keith Park, well said, Pio. People want to see the best dogs, not the fucking complaint derby around Greyhound.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, we were talking about getting the derby on. Yeah, you're right.
On TV. Yeah.
And what gets me is, Tom, I was a race manager at Crayford for 10 years, and Gordon Bissett was my governor, and then he moved on to SIS, and he's such a strict man. If you had an odds-on chance, or they had a little, what they did with that, they had a bonus scheme actually for you to grade 3 the field, and so all you did was grade 3 the field, and that's what you did. And funny enough, if you never have an odds-on chance, you never have a 5-dog race, you always have reserves, you always took care in everything you did. But now I just think it's anything goes, and it's the standards now. Since we've got SIS and we've got ARC, and there's too much racing, it's just the standards have dropped so much. Yeah. It's embarrassing, really. It's disappointing.
It is. We'll dash over to Monmouth. Good race this.
Oh. Next heat of the derby, heat 13, one Tullig Raven. for the Foots in the Door Syndicate.
I don't know where that's playing.
On one of your screens.
She's got a litter now to Burgess Books, the mother of Ballinaboo lad.
Has she?
Yeah. December 21s.
Can't see this. Live stream.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've turned my volume right down. Yeah, I am. Yeah, so I had to last. It livened up again off my phone and sent me into a deep sense of panic there. But we've come out the other side of it, and that's the important thing.
So is Vanna Bailout a good thing here, Tom?
I think Havana Bailout is a good thing here. I simply cannot see Havana Bailout being beaten. So I thought it would be this kind of price. I had a look to see if I could find an angle in the place market, and my angle is No Rush, who's a very strong staying type. In trap 5, didn't do too much wrong in the last run. Havana Bailout, Havana Bailout will out-trap No Rush, absolutely no question about that. Havana Bailout's got an absolute solo to the corner. Won't necessarily lead into the bend, but just got the middle, that second to third bend will run round. And I think it gives No Rush a beautiful toe round to more or less repeat what happened last week, where it just followed it round. What do you think, Dave?
Havana Bailout will win. And I reckon Emily's Charm could sneak second.
Interesting.
Especially if the one misses its break again. The two could get a nice pitch on the rails and, hopefully sneak a second.
Yeah, the threes are a decent type. Cease Bullet.
Yeah, she's been impressing. Yeah, at Hove. Yeah, she impressed me anyway at Hove. But
yeah,
a little bit different here at Monmouth, isn't
it is. A little bit there.
I think Antigua Woof Woof just won at Yarmouth. Yeah.
Craig Day is laying Ed. Dave Johnson is looking to get Ed chinned.
The sacrilege.
Yeah.
Doncaster scallywags, they are the pair.
Like a personal attack.
Yeah.
What did it? Oh, no. Oh, yeah.
Craig's laid bail out of place as well. Oh, that's me, isn't it?
Yep.
Come on, no slacking, PL. This is the .com 480 pitches final. I used to work for them. Away and racing, and Bailout's completely missed the kick. One, Droopy's Delia moved off a true line, an early pace into the turn from 4, chasing Aisling, but on the inside, Droopy's Delia holds the line and goes on a length clear from the 4, chasing Aisling, then comes in behind these Emily's Charm, looking for room in behind him, along with the 3, Betsy's Bullet. Still at the back of the pack is Havana Bailout and No Rush, swinging for the judge, and Droopy's Delia narrowly now from 4 up on the outside, chasing Aisling is beginning to get up, and Bosch got there right on the line, chasing Aisling. Won it for Aaron Dunn, the local handler. Beats Droopy's Delia for Danny Brock. Wow, that was a tussle. Good tussle.
Whew, hell of a race.
That was a cracking that.
She done her old trick there and walked out, didn't she?
That was very disappointing.
One smashed out, moved off, and then kind of 4 kept her honest. Come back in. She was brave, to be fair. Droopy's Delia to sort of kind of then get round. But then you'd have to say chasing Aisling was gritting her teeth as well. Yeah, it was a good tussle. That really, really good tussle.
Yeah, Havana Bailout's done a huge amount of running trying to get up the inside there.
Yeah, she came on the fence, didn't she?
Huge amount of running, yeah.
Did she get third?
I think five has. Yeah.
Close. Yeah, it could be 5.
Yeah, that's 5 on that.
1 minute till Ed's time. Tullig Raven is no offers the place. Yeah. Dave Johnson, good to see PL the cricket on in the background. So he had a bet.
Oh no.
Here we
That
go.
was old talking Arsenal.
Heat 13 to the Boyle Sports Irish Greyhound Derby. In 1, Tullig Raven. 2, Kingdom Bound. 3, Disco Pants. In 4, the hot favourite, Ballabula Ed. And 6 is Gord Kelly Nesta. Hair up behind Traps. Racing, good start by 6, Gord Kelly Nesta. 4, Ballabula Ed. Gets racing early and leads into the bend.
I'll
In
see
third is
you.
1, Tullig Raven.
How
It's Ed that
far?
leads out front. Ballabula Ed on by 2 lengths. The 6, Gord Kelly Nesta. And Tullig Raven. But Ballabula Ed on by 2.5. 3 lengths, Gord Kelly Nesta running a massive race in second. But Ballabula Ed, 17.02 to the third bend. Starting to tie up a little bit. Perhaps Gord Kelly Nesta closing in second. But Ballabula Ed leads up the line and wins well.
I was just
Second
toying
is
with him.
6, Gord Kelly Nesta.
He was toying
What a
with him.
run from him. And third is 1, Tullig Raven. The winning time, 29.27. The fastest run of the night thus far.
I was toying with him.
29-27.
Thank you very much. To all the non-believers, all those Doncaster non-believers.
Craig
Only
Day.
one winner when he trapped
He's
like
not a
that.
second coming of Jesus. Someone is bitter that they have. So that I think that's probably followed this one.
It's a replay. He didn't even break, did he? Just broke moderately, really. That's a good break for him, really.
Tip my hat to the second. I didn't expect that from him at all.
1 and 6 broke a length in front of him, and he roared it.
What's he
He
put?
roared
Bingo
it.
on 1 a length, tricky.
He broke a length behind 1 and 6 and tore up. And then what happened was he got bored in front. That's definitely what he did. He got bored in front. He said, well, where is everyone? And then he heard 6 off the last. He went, tell her. As Pat said, don't worry. Don't worry. Good old Christie. I love him. Oh, I love him. A bingo for him, Craig. He doesn't know what he's talking about, DD, does he? He doesn't know what he's talking about, DD. No, he doesn't. Tell him. Tell him he's an idiot. He's an idiot.
My bitch is upstairs in bed. Both my bitches are upstairs in bed. The Greyhound and the missus.
I better not say that because she'll hear me.
Yeah, mine will be fast asleep. Well, they'll both be fast asleep.
What do you think, Dylan? He was good enough, wasn't he?
Yeah. Look again. He's just a bit like Vincenzo. You just look at him and you feel there's just so much more to come.
Yeah. I think I get the impression he was dusted a little bit.
Yeah, maybe. I tipped my hat to the second. I didn't think. I didn't give him much of a chance, but he's ran an absolute blinder. The top's been in a bit disappointing again, but I don't know. I just kind of look at him. I thought he was really poor in Limerick. He got on the bunny last week. I just wonder, is he one of them that maybe wants to be on the bunny? He just doesn't look the same dog when he's behind dogs.
Yeah, he's very inexperienced, isn't he?
Yeah, well, that's it. It's too. You can't really. It's hard to be too hard on him. Like he's only having his 4th or 5th run. Like he's probably still learning.
Yeah.
And to be fair, like to be chucked into a derby after just 3 runs it's tough. Like.
Right. We're getting the winners. We're not really getting the readies because I keep having stupid bets on odds-on shots. You've got to tell me, Pierre.
Nah, look. The thing is, I can't tell you what to do, Tommy. I mean, I think
got to save me from myself.
Nah, because as soon as I say what you're doing, something goes and so it's just swings and roundabouts. If you don't have a bet, you can't win. Yeah. And you just got to feel what's right is right. It's hard when there's 2 of you. It's difficult anyway. But
yeah,
to be fair, over the piece since we've started doing this, we're in front. So
we are. Yeah. 8:46 is the next one, which is Well Met, Oakfront Cadet, Bobsleigh Dream, Island's Own, Anna Bailey, and Aflaka Zet. Any you'd like to see some videos of? Because I can provide them.
Bobsleigh Dream?
Yeah, let's have a look at Bobsleigh Dream. So he's running from trap 2 in this video. Surprised us with the way he bombed out here, and obviously a real good, strong running type as well.
Nah, she is class, and she's a very, very good bitch. She's a good front running bitch as well, and she can come from off the bat. But basically, she's a sound enough trapper, and she's got a little bit of early and good middle, and
the way she's run that last bend is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah,
poetry. Look at that, just railed so well. So many of them swing off there, lose a length.
Yeah, I mean, we went.
I like that.
I told you we went to Buckley's during the English derby, and she came out really tired after I think it was the first round or second round, maybe. She was really, really tired. But basically, she's a strong bitch, and she's
very strong. Have a look at Well Met. Video file running from trap 3 in this video. In red today, what do we think of that as a box for Well Met?
And got to start, and I actually think he can start, and I think he can give Bobsleigh Dream plenty to think about. I really, really like this dog. I think he's got a nice bit of early, good all round pace, and I did have a little bit on him. I did. He was my value sort of bet of the round, really, or one of them anyway. Put it that way.
Any others want to have a look at?
The Anna Bailey one, Tom, actually.
Yeah.
Because I thought she'd have squeaked last week and she was really well supported.
Running out of trap 5 in this video. We'll go back to the start. Just missed it a fraction. Just a fraction. Kind of 6 has come in as well, which probably hasn't helped. Decent pace. Very decent pace to the bend. It surprises me at Shelbourne that you don't get more trouble, like bad trouble, into the first bend, because they're going at such a lick into the turn, aren't they? But they seem to manage to generally hold their pitch. Yeah, gone very wide there at the end. Gone very wide, almost coursing the hair wide. Can we see the hair? It's not a short hair, is there? No, wouldn't say so.
No, I wouldn't.
Done 29.83. in that run. Got a 28.34 over the 480 metres on the card. Beating Romeo McQueen.
Yeah, she actually kind of he ran really well that night because she actually led him around. And he absolutely, I think he probably went from the second to the third bend. I think he went from maybe being just level with her to probably opening up 4 or 5 lengths in front.
Yeah.
He's got gears, this dog, hasn't he?
Yeah, he can. I think he's one of them. You were kind of. I think you just feel there's more to come from him. There's kind of a biggish run in him, if he hits the lid some night.
Yeah. Let's see. Can we get a bobsleigh dream beat? We'll have a look at Oak Front Cadet, who's inside. Running heat 25 here in trap 3, in trap 2 tonight.
Yeah, this was in Ed's race when he was
slow away, very slow away.
No early, really.
No.
Moderate break.
He lacks space up.
Nothing to the bend. Nothing to the bend.
Just a stayer, basically, I would imagine. Well, 5 from 16, but
go around.
I don't think he'll trouble.
From the boxes, no, I think you're right. And we'll have a look at the other side now, Ireland's Own, who's running from trap 5 in this
I had
video.
misbreak a bit of it early here, Tom, behind Benabedine and Roxy.
Trap 5.
Yeah, I thought he'd every chance in the slowest heat last week. He just wasn't good enough.
Yeah. But then,
around the bend beautifully.
And looking at his card, he kind of looks maybe an A0A1 type rather than an actual open type.
Yeah.
Like she led last week, she led again last night, and she didn't even qualify. I don't think so.
Yeah, and I think it clocked like a 17.55 as well to the third turn, which is kind of moderate, really, isn't it?
Where do you get the times to the third bend?
Well, they come up afterwards, and then I've been calculating them, Tom, myself.
Gotcha.
So
yeah,
I do a bit of grafting myself, boy. You know what I mean? Got to keep trying. And the thing is as well that it's not kind of set in stone, but it just gives you a bit of a guide, doesn't it? I think the third bend clockings give you a guide. It's if you see something and then it's backed up with a clock.
I'm like that. Like I do like the sectionals and all that, but I think if it's not the be all and end all, I think if something catches the eye,
yeah.
I'm
not a slave by any means. I'm not a slave, and I'm definitely not a slave to sectionals to the winning line. I'm definitely not that. But I used to do when I used to go to the sales deal, and I used to clock second bend and third bend, and that gives me a guide as well from pace 2 to 3 and stuff like that. So
yeah, no, it is, and I was only thinking to myself the other day, I really enjoy now. I'll get up Monday, and I'll tip away for the day at the sectionals and that, and look back on the replays, and I love the sectionals on the second round and even the third round, and when you compare it to the first round, how much some dogs step forward from it just be unbelievable.
Yeah,
and you mightn't think it at the time of watching it until you might even think, he definitely stepped forward a bit now from last week just to look at him. But then you could get some sectionals there, and you just think to yourself, like, God, he has, like, the likes of Hoffa, I haven't got the books in the kitchen, but like 1680 last week to whatever he was doing, or last night to whatever he was doing last week, like, is some step forward, like.
Yeah. Frightening. But that's what you want to. I suppose you just don't want to see the flashy runs beating up the kind of the AO dogs in the first round. You want to see them doing it against quality dogs. And I think I wrote down the first heat of the first night and the first heat of tonight. I broke hot heat in both of them, and yet he's done it in a hot heat. And I know he was short, but I just kind of the makeup of the race. He had to do it right, and he did it right, and he was impressive, wasn't he? So
yeah, it'll be interesting. I know he went fives with the sponsors Biles last night after he won. I'd imagine you'll probably only have 2 now with single figures going into the third round.
Yeah.
Got a big race at Monmouth in a minute as well.
Yeah, we will go over to Monmouth. Bobsleigh Dream's too big. I can't get it beat. I keep going through the race. I can't get Bobsleigh Dream beat. We'll come back to it. Here we go. What do you make of it, Dave?
I'd probably take on more zone, Tom, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think if he's not leading, for sprint section of the race, then I don't think he'll win. I quite like Amaze Me Seb, to be honest. But I could be completely wrong.
Yeah, he's had trouble in both races, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I keep following Coppice Brewer over a cliff. I need to stop doing that at some point. But yeah, and Warzone Tom is now on his 3rd run in a row here, and this is the point he can occasionally switch off a bit. Based on the last 2 runs, a repeat of that, and he's home and hosed. Derby's Delight put a decent effort in last week, but yeah.
He's been smashed up. He was double figures at about 12 o'clock today.
Yeah, he'd had the treatment. There's no danger that he's a big prize of place, Tom.
Derby's Delight.
That's what he chases his coppers off. Yeah.
I actually agreed. I actually like Amaze Me Seb.
You like Seb?
Yeah, I like the 2 strong runners here.
Yeah.
I just think I thought that both showed. You know what Derby's is all about anyway. Yeah. And he's one of those. I have a soft spot for him, and I just thought. I actually, when I went down earlier, I was looking earlier, and I was quite keen on Amaze Me Seb, and then I seen what price Derby's was, and there's a little saver on him. But I thought the pace Amaze Me Seb showed last week in defeat, showed massive pace.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those, isn't it? If the early pace runners just tangle up a bit, I think it plays into the hands of them.
Yeah.
Craig Day's laid Warzone Tom a place, and Warzone Tom will either finish 1st or 4th.
Yeah.
But I thought he might be this sort of priced in the win market. Just going to take my Be Real for today. Get the lads in. There we go.
Right, they're going in. Five to 4 the field then. Warzone Tom. 10,000 up for grabs for the Ladbrokes Summer Stayers Classic final. Stars waved his flag. Short run to the bend here. Stand by for a start. Head behind traps and away and racing. Warzone Tom comes out well along with Derby's Delight. He's going to turn into pitch here, and Warzone Tom goes round 2.5 lengths clear from Derby's Delight in second. Then in behind these comes Chelm's Club, and then we've got 3 Great Name That, who's now being passed by Amaze Me Seb and Coppice Brewer. Out of the 4th turner, down the far side for the final time, and it's Warzone Tom with a 2-length lead. Derby's Delight is now closing and starts to stay on. Where's he going to challenge? He's going to now go on the outside to challenge. It is Warzone Tom from Derby's Delight. Amaze Me Seb is coming home. Oh, he's climbed all over the back of him, Derby's Delight, and he's ruined his chance. And Warzone Tom has kicked again and won the Ladbrokes Summer Stayers Classic final from the front.
It's crazy to say, but he just turned too close. He would have been way better off being out the back.
Yeah, but even when he comes to challenge Dylan, he just, really, he's a railer. You just want him to rail, and he's gone round the outside, and then he's dipped over the back of him off the last. If he sits on the rails, comes up the inside, but he is a thinker of a dog, isn't he? That's what he is, a thinker. He's got all sorts of stamina.
Oh, crazy. He'd break your heart.
Yeah, and that's what he's done there, because really, I think he probably should have won.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Should have won. No doubt. 1 minute to the off at Shelbourne.
It amazed me, said man, a cracker from there. Like
he stayed on really well, Dave. Yeah, yes, really well. I actually thought if he's cut each other's throat, he might come and nick it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's kicked on the Warzone, Tom. He's actually kicked, to be fair to him. He has kicked off the last.
Bobsleigh Dream 1.8. I managed to get some more at the value. Fishing, I should have got a bit more on, but there you go. But we got the place money in that last race, which was good. Just waiting for it to go live. Question from why don't you come on over, Valerie? Where can we watch second round? I'll tell you after this race.
I've gone split screen on William LTV. Joke.
Heat 14 up the Derby. The runners, 1 Well Met and 2 Oak Front Cadet, 3 Bobsleigh Dream, 4 Ireland's Own, 5 Anna Bailey and 6 at Lacazette. Racing, good start by Trap 3. Bobsleigh Dream now on the outside. 4 and 5, Ireland's Own and Anna Bailey. And it's Anna Bailey just gets the corner, but Ireland's Own nowhere to go and goes through in front. From 5, Anna Bailey back in third. Is 6 at Lacazette and 1 Well Met. But out front, and it's still 4 Ireland's Own. 5 Anna Bailey making its move on the outside. 3 Bobsleigh Dream held up. And 5 Anna Bailey strikes the front onto the final bend. 6 is running on at Lacazette, but to the line. Anna Bailey will get there. Tight for second. 2 Oak Front Cadet was absolutely motoring home. The winning time, 29.64. A muddling affair, but it goes to the Rachel Wheeler trained Anna Bailey.
Messy race.
Bobsleigh's done everything there to not qualify.
Yep.
Absolutely everything.
Absolutely desperate. Yeah.
I think the market will be really interesting after this because there's a lot of big names going out, and even ones that were maybe say 25, 33 is that type of price.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to see a replay of that. There's an awful lot that happened. The winning time was pretty quick for a messy race like that. Back to Valerie's question, where can we watch the races tonight? So you can either, if you haven't got a Matchbook account, why not join Matchbook? You just go Watchalong for a free £30 bet if your first bet loses. I think it's got to be over evens to qualify. And you can play it through that, or Boyle Sports are showing it for free on their website, the sponsors. You can watch it on there, but you can't get any replays. Or you can watch it on Barking Buzz, which is the GRI's app. You download it, you have to pay €2 to watch the race, but you can see replays. The quality is not quite as good as some of these. So yeah, there's your options. I think a lot of the bookmakers as well, if you're betting with them, will have a stream, and not all of them will have the Infortune commentary, which is quite nice. Okay, 9:05 is the next race. We're getting through them quick. It's going quick tonight, isn't it? Ballymacfin, Hoodoo Brown, Skywalker Silla, Fernandez, and Dex Guinness. Probably all worth having a look at in this one. We'll go from the top. Ballymacfin. He was running at a trap 4 in his last race. Obviously red today. Not one you'd say is desperate for rails. run a pretty true line. Following good Cody round there.
Oh, he choked really good middle, didn't he? Jesus. Good all-round pace.
The race comments say evenly away, P. What does P mean?
What?
Have a look at the race card. Evenly away, P.
Nah, type it out.
Yeah, run really well.
He went up well, did he? No.
Yeah.
As you say,
No.
the probably the unknown is being in red.
Yeah.
And yet he won an A3 from Tralee out of red, but Hoodoo Brown shouldn't really bother him, Tom. You know, Hoodoo Brown's a slow breaker. He's not. I said this to Dylan the other day that Hoodoo Brown's not devoid of early.
Let's
He's
have a
just an
look at
awful,
Hoodoo
awful
Brown.
breaker.
So Hoodoo Brown was in trap 4 last week.
Just
And
that
is
is
as bad a break as you'll say.
He's not awful to the bend though.
No, I think I was thinking of this the other day, and everybody says, "Oh, he's no early, but he's some pace on the back." It's just he's so slow away. I agree. I don't think he's got an 1860 trial. The night he did the 29-27, I think he did a really good sectional to the third bend, and he led that night despite not coming away either. So I agree with you. I don't think he's actually devoid of early too much. He's just very slow away.
Yeah, because this is a dog that Harry Finley he spoke to me about the dog because he's a Vulturi dog and he was looking for dogs with stamina to kind of send to Australia. I think the guy that owns him I think he's a millionaire. I've been quoted, but obviously Liam bred him and trains him and I said in the English Derby, I didn't think he was devoid of early by any means. I just think he's a terrible, terrible starter.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Look, he's doing an 1860 sprint around Shelbourne. I don't think you do that unless you have a bit of early. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
And like I said, if you looked at the night he did the 29-27. Now, I remember saying, I think I put it up on Twitter straight away where I was actually surprised of not the fact he led the bend, but he led it off his break, and a couple of people were saying, "Oh well, there was no early in the race," which is fair enough. There wasn't, but I still think, if you're coming away like he did even that night, whether there's early in it or not, I still think you have to have some early to get by them.
That's what I mean. Normally, when dogs are slow away, Dylan, and then they run unstrongly in the closing stages, people just think them as stayers.
Yeah.
But with this fella, he I say, it's just a poor breaker that he isn't actually devoid of early. But we've now seen 14 races from him, and you actually never ever think he is ever going to come out of a box.
No,
I don't think that.
No, and Liam has another dog as well. He qualified last night, and he's very similar. Maybe does lack a yard of early, the Calical Phelps dog, and he's the same. I think he has 13 runs, and early on when they have a handful of runs, you'll say, "Oh well, he just has to learn to trap, or he'll get to hang a trapping." But when you have 13 runs, I think you just have to say to yourself, "Look, he's probably just never going to trap," and that's him,
Yeah.
And look, there probably will be a night that maybe he'll just, for some odd, strange reason, he might just pop out. And then, it could be just what he might never do it again,
And Dylan, we spoke about dogs that I think you mentioned, I can't remember the dog you were talking about. You said about a dog that was tried over a six-pen trip, but actually he didn't stay. And would you think that Hoodoo Brown would stay six pens?
Funny enough, that's Liam's other dog, the Calical Phelps dog.
I think that was him. Yeah, I think.
He popped out and led in a 750 one night, and I think he finished fifth. I don't know. I find it's hard to know because even looking at him, when you've seen him running, you think that's what you think. You think, Jesus, 750, no problem to him.
I mean, and obviously his father stayed, didn't he? His father stayed.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, I just think Hoodoo Brown is just he's look, his like I say, he's probably never going to trap, but he's probably as fast a dog as what's around. But he just gives too much at the start.
Yeah.
And I was actually looking at this and I was thinking to myself, I just love to see him turn. Like I think if one traps, he probably leads. Even the 6 dog's very good up, but I think if one traps, he leads. And I just love to see him turn close to him, just you know. But look, he'd be hard to keep out. I think that's
the makeup of the race. Actually, it could actually suit him in that if you actually want one to get out of the way of him, didn't you? You want one to go and then him to turn in the pitch, because the thing is with him, because of the slow breaks from Hoodoo Brown, he then obviously finds the traffic spots. But as I say, he's not devoid of early, and he could actually put himself, if one goes and 2 flops around and then turns in the pitch, he could actually then show his back straight pace and get in the race late. Yes.
Yeah, it's a trappy little fair because the 5 dog has got loads of pace too.
Yep.
And he can actually go up quite well.
Yeah, he can.
Let's have a look at him. He was in trap 5 last week.
Yeah, behind the success of the Beach Avenue, wasn't it?
It's on Beach Avenue, yeah.
And he had to work hard there, didn't he?
All sorts of
I think he's got loads of gears, and look, he was just unlucky that the one dog that got a run behind him was Beach Avenue.
Yeah,
because there's not many dogs that probably pick this lad up if he got out in front. You know, he's quite strong.
Yeah, because he beat Callaway Pro-Am, didn't he, the previous week in a 29.40. So
yeah, he trapped well
the
that
347 sectional as well. So yeah.
Now, none of you have mentioned the winner of today's race, which is of course Skywalker Silla, who we've got here. Running from trap 5. Got 29.19 on its card.
Yeah, this was
albeit from a little while ago.
Born Warrior in 6, wasn't it? An explosive boy, and she kept on to qualifying 3rd.
Yeah, but we not beaten too far.
No.
Trapped out okay. Obviously had a bit of trouble there. Just hasn't quite made it into the bend.
She's probably got a better draw in 4 with obviously a vacant trap inside.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Yeah.
She won the consolation last year, didn't she?
Yeah, she done a crazy.
Yeah.
I think she had 29.19. She did a crazy clock.
And she was in the Oaks in Berry Bar as well, yeah.
And running super, like 28.03, 28.04, something like that, Perry Bar, which is.
Oh, she was last year. She was really special last year.
I can put a line through that last run.
Yeah, I'd have to say
the runs around furloughs were decent as well. I think it's just hugely underrated, and at this price.
You were like me last week, Tom. I was saying all this last week.
Yeah.
And I was the opposite, and I actually really liked the bit, and I'd be more than happy to see her pop out and win because I haven't had a bet in the race. But after last week, I'm quite the opposite. I couldn't have her at all.
I'll forgive it.
Well, unfortunately, I did have a bet earlier in the week, and now I'm on SP Ballymouth Finn.
Craig said hits a rail off the second. I think he's right.
Yeah.
I think it's just there. Boof. Yeah, it is. Look.
Yeah.
Boof.
That's a good spot.
That's a really good spot. Yeah, he's completely right. Look at the price coming in now. Everyone. Halved in price.
Blimey, Tom.
Yeah.
Got a bit of value there, son.
Don't call me Eagle Eye for Newt, son. I think that's meant to be Nout. And the The E and the O are a very long way away from each other as well. It's probably autocorrect. Tricky's been out newt bothering in the evenings. Quite
I think
a serious
the
crime for the Great Crested. Anyway, sorry.
I think the bottom is probably worth to mention, just the fact that he has a nice bit of early. I wouldn't fancy him, but I wouldn't be one bit surprised if he turned in front. And I think he's probably the one dog in the race that would probably have wanted the 3 dog to run. Just that maybe a bit more of a chance and maybe a bit of crowding inside.
Yeah. Skywalker Silla is getting absolutely smashed in. Gone from 20-1 to 7-1.
We've got the Monmouth big final as well.
We have. Let's switch over there.
Bundles of money for Angela's dog Move Over Chara, who I've been taking on with Bambi's Magic unsuccessfully.
Yeah.
And he's surprising me. I think he's getting better, this dog Move Over Chara.
Yeah, agreed.
I think if he starts, I think he'll get rounded.
Yeah, agreed.
The bottom dog was some certainty last week.
Yeah, that was good fun, that.
Yeah.
That was good fun.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, it was a very, very good shout. You'd be surprised to see it win this time, mind.
Yeah, you would, yeah.
Dave?
Signet Otis for me.
Signet Otis, okay. What's the case for that?
Quick away, always led.
Yeah,
Thinking.
certainly capable.
Right.
Certainly
he's
capable.
a good dog when he can start as well, to be fair. So he can start, yeah. He can start. He's not devoid of early by any means, so he stays all right.
I think that's worth a little saver just to
Milrod Labour.
Just to stop the brain damage.
That's it.
Got crowded at the first last week and ran on.
Yeah. One thing we do need to talk about, Dave, is this tweet before 10 minutes to demolish 4 chicken wraps before tonight's Greyhound Watchalong.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a tremendous quantity of wraps.
Took me 7 minutes.
I'd say that's an excessive number of wraps. Are they full size? Are we talking like plate size? Are we talking
fair,
like
I could probably make them
wraps?
I could make them into probably 2, to be fair, but I just love wraps. I could eat them on their own.
Yeah, wraps are really good. Underrated.
I love dry bread as well, especially like fresh dry bread.
Are you a fan of pancakes?
No.
Wraps, okay,
chicken wraps.
interesting.
No.
It's just a lot. You put up your dinners, and the quantity of food on display is horrifying.
That's because I've got massive guts.
It's just substantial.
Healthy
I think
appetite.
horrifying about it.
You don't look a particularly big lad, Dave. So have you just got unbelievable metabolism? Would you go for like a 15-mile run every night?
It's just all on the belly.
Okay.
It's because my missus is a feeder.
Kept it below the waist. Yeah.
They're the boxes then. So tips here, lads.
For
Top for me.
Yeah, we've gone for Char.
Yeah.
Char and saved on Otis. Down to Davey. Going in then, another £10,000 final here at Monmouth Green. Sponsored by that firm with a red banner at the top. Good money though for red. Move over Char. Here is on the move for the Gold Cup final at Monmouth. Here behind traps. Gates lift off and racing, and the red has broke nicely. Move over Char into the turn, looking to hold the pitch with 6 up on the outside. And a down King. Trouble there at the back for Silent Otis and also Mystical Mario down the far side. And Move over Char has a 3-length lead over Anadan King, who's running a monster race there. Well clear of Infield Trojan, who heads the chasing pack as they swing up the last turn. Move over Char for Tommy Camsell, and Angela Harris will go on to score and score nicely in the end. From Anadan King, who ran a monster of a race in second spot. And Infield Trojan was way back in third.
If Move Over Char wasn't in red there, that wouldn't have won that.
Draws win races, Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would not
be
have
fair,
got around the
though,
bend.
he drove his bend really well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
That's
did,
what he.
did. Yeah.
That's what attracted me to him, because he has been doing that. I was big on that Bambi's magic, and the thing is, he's just a big muscly dog that just tends to stick his shoulder in and go around in front, and that's what kind of, in the end, I was a believer. I was a believer in the end. Took me a while, but I got there in the end. So
I think we're about to go off.
Two Hoodoo Brown in four. Skywalker Silla, 5 Fernandez, and 6 is Dex Guinness. There up behind traps. Racing, good start by 1. Ballymac Finn absolutely rocking it out. Shows great speed into the bend from 5 Fernandez. Then comes 6 Dex Guinness and 2 Hoodoo Brown. But out front, and it is 1 Ballymac Finn from 5 Fernandez. But Ballymac Finn is putting a serious pace to this race. 5 Fernandez second. Hoodoo Brown trying to come out of the clouds in third. But it's all about Ballymac Finn. Leads off the final turn. Hoodoo Brown coming
This
to
could be a
challenge
29-20 run.
But Ballymac Finn, a statement type display. Second is 2 Hoodoo Brown, and Fernandez third. The winning time 29:36, 17:01 to the third bend. A brilliant run by Liam Dowling's Ballymac Finn.
I think poor old Silla's gone wrong there.
I missed the vid. Yeah. Dave Craig just said that.
Yeah. Looked gracilis to me. But...
Well, Michael's not got the best of luck, as he had. Obviously, he had to pull Calvin out as well. Now Silla.
Yeah.
Just this, Hoffer's going to keep his mojo going, but
yeah, Finn, yeah, run really well there, but the time looked quicker to the eye than that.
I know you'll say it every night he runs, but my God, the Hoodoo dog does some running.
Yeah.
My word.
Really does. Really does.
Like, to pick up Fernandez, who's really strong himself.
Yeah.
And he's bet, maybe 3 lengths.
Yeah.
Dave Johnson put, I just love wraps, so we could get us some shirts made with that on it.
That's what you'll be known as, the Rap King, the Rap God. Yeah.
Actually, Dave put on there about have I done tomorrow's Donny card, and the answer is no, because I was doing Donny today, which was a success story. I was doing a bit of Crayford, and I was also doing a bit of trying to watch Monmouth and obviously Shelbourne. So the answer is no. It's always a struggle for me Sunday morning at Donny.
There you go.
And what I do is sometimes I just do it race by race, and I find it's just as good. And I know Dave struggles to get on the earlies, and you try and get on the earlies, and you just think you drive yourself mental. But sometimes, and as I said to David today, with the dog that he fancied, the Franco dog, I made him favourite, and in the end, he was so sure I just laid him. And sometimes there's more than one way to skin a cat. So. And I think Dave does that quite a lot as well. I think, obviously he priced his own races up. So that's you just sometimes just play race by race.
Yeah.
I've not visited Donny this year.
You've not been?
No, it's the village I was brought up in as well. So I've not been to a track this year at all.
Have you not? No. And where are you living now, Dave?
Bridlington.
Ah, right.
Yeah, on the coast. So
Sunny Bridlington, yeah.
Yeah. Ideal to get on the beach with Cole and give her a walk or a gallop. Yeah. It's ideal.
That's what I mean. Lorraine loves that. We've got next door neighbours that have got a chalet in Chapel St Leonard's, and so we go there and sort of have it for the week, and then take the dogs on the beach. It's beautiful. Yeah, it's really really good. Love it.
Although I keep her muzzled, I give her a gallop, and then she started chasing a little dog.
Yeah. We would never ever let ours off because I don't think I'd ever come back, Dave. That's the thing. I'm so worried.
When Early Impact retired, my mum had him, and she lives on the Suffolk coast near Sizewell. took him for a walk on Sizewell Beach one rainy afternoon, and he went trotting off into the distance. Usually comes back, just didn't come back, and they're out for hours and hours in the pouring rain looking for him. And like thought, there's loads of rabbits around. Thought must have seen a rabbit. Gone. Even worse, he's wandered into the nuclear power station. He's going to come back like radioactive or something. A second coming, and they got home. They didn't have any signal down there. Got home hours later, and someone had picked him up, and they went and picked him up from our Greyhounds. He was there sitting by the fire as if nothing had happened, and my poor mum and stepdad had been out in the rain for 5 hours, soaked through, bedraggled, and Ellie was happy as anything.
We took Cole into Bridtown, and she got spooked by someone wafting the doormat, and she slipped a lead, and she actually ran home.
All the way home?
Yeah, all the way home. She was just waiting outside.
I said I'd tell the Weetabix story. So yesterday I went to Newmarket races during the day, and I was invited as like a corporate thing, a company we work with. And in fact, I wasn't even invited. So the client was invited, and I wasn't very happy about it. And he said, "Well, I've got a spare ticket. Do you want to come?" So, yeah, I will come. And so I had it, and then he couldn't go, so he gave me the other ticket. So I took my mate with me. Turn up, and it's a couples event. So it's like, I'll tell you, it's like Mr. and Mrs., Mr. and Mrs., Mr. and Mrs. Everyone's really posh as well. And there's just me and my mate. And we thought, how are we going to get through this? And we took a pint-based approach to dealing with the awkwardness, and had a good few Doom bars until we couldn't drink Doom bar anymore. And then moved on to pints of Pimm's, which really has become my Achilles heel during these summer months. I was regaling the table with a recent tale where me and my wife have been driving on the A14, and we drove past the Weetabix factory. And it was a really hot day, and we were laughing, saying it must be very dry in the Weetabix factory in this weather. And then we had what turned into quite a heated argument about whether or not a Weetabix would set on fire. I said, I bet, you like imagine the whole thing would go up, and she's going, a Weetabix wouldn't burn. And this back and forth lasted the full 45 minutes all the way home. So we get home, unload the baby, and I drove straight to Tesco Express to buy a pack of Weetabix to prove a Weetabix would indeed burn. So I took it out to the garden, got a ceramic pump pot out, pulled her outside. Get outside. You're going to see us. You're going to see us going to burn. And as I was starting to doubt in my mind. I was starting to have a little.
He froze.
Just when it was getting good.
Yeah.
Might have to go get a Weetabix now just to see what was going to happen.
Yeah. I'll try it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Is the run to the Bend in Yarmouth, would it be a long run up?
Oh, it's a really, really long. That's the thing with Yarmouth, Dylan. It's very, very long run to the turn. Yeah.
Because
it's 462, but it's really, really long. The straights are really long, but the bends are cocky. And they always say you have to have at least 2 trials around there. You know.
I'm just after seeing a dog that Owen McKenna had has gone over, and he's running in at 9:26. And I honestly thought, if they went sprinting him over here, I thought he'd actually be one of the best sprinters in the country. I thought he has loads of early gears, so I'll be quite interested to see how he runs tonight.
I'm back, lads.
What's he called?
You're back.
Emer Spike. He's in the 9:26.
Spike, right? Okay.
So we go out to the garden with the Weetabix, and I get one of those like Zippo lighter things that you light candles with. Set fire to the edge of it, goes on fire, and I thought, yeah, I've won here. And it set fire and then just smouldered a bit, and then went out, and she was properly pleased with herself. So I said, I'm not having this. It just isn't a sufficient fuel source to start it. So I went and got a blowtorch. And I turn the blowtorch on and I think to myself, I look around, the grass is so dry. The fence just looks like it could burn down with a cinder. I thought, if I set fire to this Weetabix and burn down the house, that's going to be, at the least, a very awkward conversation with the insurance company.
Divorce.
At the absolute worst, probably a 5 stretch in prison for burning down the street. So I have not yet set fire to a Weetabix with a blowtorch, but the rain's coming in now. Hopefully in the next week, I will be able to get my redemption and finally set fire to that Weetabix and prove it burns.
That's a cliffhanger now. Everyone will have to tune in next week to find out
that's
what
it.
happened.
And I told this anecdote with all these posh couples at the races yesterday, and they thought I was mentally ill.
Live on Watchalong.
Who's this absolute Weetabix pyro psychopath?
You could have something going here, Tom.
There we go.
Watchalong
We could just have a slot on Watchalong where we set fire to something, couldn't we?
Tricky said, put it in a metal dish.
Put it in a metal dish, yes, for radiation of the heat. I like it.
Lost where we are now. What's next?
We've got the 9:18 at Monmouth next, which goes off in 2 minutes. Apologies, my Weetabix rant has eaten him.
We all know what's happening here, Lane.
We all know what's happening here, don't we?
You actually can't possibly lay this anywhere, to be fair.
I think across the field could do it, but no, I can't. Can I? It's just madness. I'd literally be laying for banter.
Yeah, do it for banter.
Which is not.
And his remarks are actually his remarks. I think the quick away.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd agree with that. If I'm not mistaken, I thought he was actually not bad away, but he certainly wasn't quick away last week.
And this is the final. It's going to be in amongst quicker dogs. Should we lay it for the banter?
Yeah, go for it.
There we go. PL will come back. What are you doing?
All in.
They're still parading on my screen, unless I've paused it by mistake.
No, I meant the money on the lay.
Oh, yeah. Craig Day has joined the banter lay. That's what it's all about, this game.
This will be a cracking lay now if it comes through. This will be the lay of all lays if this comes through.
What if you laid it? Not on the form, just for the banter.
Laying a 1-4 shot in a 5-dog race. This could be up there with the best.
Yeah. PL's back. You've not missed anything, PL.
I'm back.
I'm quite glad you did, because I had absolutely zero interest in this race, and now I'm really intrigued.
Well, you've got 4 dogs running for you now.
All in on the lay.
They tell me Shadow won, yeah? At Yarmouth, could have been Shadow.
Oh, Shadow. Yeah.
Ah. Have you played Goo Game, Tom?
Yeah, we've laid.
Laid him. Oh my word.
That didn't go too well.
And away and racing, and forward to first to Goo Game Jet. He's going to lead easily into the turn. He's an absolute monster, isn't he, for Mark Wallace? He is the sprint king. He's gone 4 or 5 minutes clear out the second turn. It's a race for the place.
He's after breaking the track record and everything.
Well, from red across the field, second, and Aero Squeak was back in third. It might be a photo for second and third.
He's probably
no
dipped
doubt
under
about the winner.
Probably dipped under 15 there.
We did tell him not to do it, PL.
No, you didn't. You're terrible influences. Terrible. No harm done. Right, Shelbourne, the lucky last.
Oh, don't forget Crayford.
What about Crayford?
Nat, track 5, Born and Liz.
Oh my goodness. It's all go. It's all go. Is it a nap?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think the only other runner's 2, but I told you the story. But yeah, Born and Liz, yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll keep an eye on that while we go back. They're both going off at the same time, those races. So 9:24 at Shelbourne. Callaway Masters, Savannah Hero, the 2 talking dogs of the race. What do you think, Dylan?
Yeah, I thought whatever got first run of the 2 would win. Just sided with the bottom. He's a little bit like the other dog that Brendan ran in the last race, Fernandez. He can actually go up really well, and I'd say if he led around, he could do a bit of a clock. Just a bit inconsistent the boxes, but the bottom for me. I wouldn't be surprised to see the 4 run well if he got out on the bunny, because there's not too much early around him.
Yeah. What about you, PL?
Caught me out there, Tom.
Dave?
Savannah Hero for me. I just thought, could get a decent break out wide and hopefully make the bend and keep clear. Also, in my tipping comp, we've had 33 responses tonight, and 15 have gone for Savannah Hero with a 45.5% selection on that selection, with the next one, Callaway Masters, with 13 selections. So everyone, by the looks of it, Savannah Hero or Callaway Masters in this one.
Yeah, sorry, Tom.
Real.
Yeah, made it 2 runners. Favoured red though. Favoured red.
Did you?
Yeah. What did Dylan fancy?
6. We'll have a look. Can we Dutch them at those prices? Probably not. Callaway Masters, Heat 22. Running from track 2.
He was unlucky last week, actually, in fairness.
Yeah, he's run well, hasn't he?
Shadow did 27.45 at Yarmouth.
Wow. Do you want to have a bet here, PL? Or just watch the race?
Who do you fancy?
I fancy 6. On the strength of the draw.
Right.
But it's a marginal call. But then, I don't know, one's got a very good draw as well.
Yeah. I thought he was amping on the run up last week. And yeah, but I suppose he's got 2 to consider. Tom, I've got no strong opinion, mate, honestly.
Yeah.
Really not.
No.
I'll leave it up to you. I'm happy to do whatever you want to do.
After the last race, I think that's a very good idea.
Craig's gone mental, hasn't he, with his chat?
Yeah, he's I don't think his punting's going very well today.
Oh, he's all in hero, he said.
Yeah, probably should back 1 then.
No,
I'm not going to.
Oh, wow. Is it off this race?
It will be.
Done it again.
Racing, good start by Trotwood up the inside. Callaway Masters and 5 Connemara. In between runners is Clampa Danny, but it is 1. Callaway Masters leads on the bend. From in second, 2 Clampa Danny in 6 Savannah Hero, but Callaway Masters is on by 2.5 lengths. 6 Savannah Hero putting in a charge. Then comes 2 Clampa Danny and 4 Clona Blue, but out front that it is Callaway Masters. Maintains a lead of 2 lengths off the final bend. 4 Clona Blue showing plenty of pace, but Callaway Masters will score from 4 Clona Blue and 6 Savannah Hero, 29.61. This fellow.
Good call. Should have bet.
Missed it.
Oh no, 5's missed it.
So did the 5 dog at Crayford,
Yeah,
by the way.
it's pacing up. No.
Yeah. Oh dear. Sorry about that. That's in the Cairnsey. And did bet the red there. Was that either? Only danger was 2. That's come. Ooh, come through to win it.
Bunching, bunching. Oh no! Oh,
5's come
no.
second.
Yeah, somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in front to pick up. Yeah. Oh well.
That's all our racing, unless you have any fancies in the A1s and AOs, Dylan.
No, I'm going to watch this. I'm going to watch this dog of that one McKenna used to have in Yarmouth, and just of interest, and that will do me for tonight.
Which is the one at Yarmouth?
The Fav Emer Spike.
Emer Spike.
Emer's Spike.
C's running the last he saw was Rex.
How is it?
I actually would you believe I didn't even think to look at what's on the undercard of the Derby.
Yeah, he's in the last track 1. Yeah.
26. Have we got a stream? No stream for that. We'll have a look at the Emer Spike.
He don't stay great, but like I said, I thought looking at him or looking at him over here, I thought he could be a really, really top sprinter.
We shall have a look.
Right, set then.
Approach it. Do you want a commentary or not? You got one?
Yes, please.
Right. There we go then. He's weighed his flag. And the hare runs for the 9:26 at Yarmouth. 462 metres. Off and racing, and 3 broke well, but cannon into 4, and it's 1 showing early zip now. Emer Spike gets to the front, a length and a half clear from 3 Mill Ridge Connor, who's turned in second spot. Wide on the track then is Spacusa down the far side, and Emer Spike has a 2.5 length lead from Mill Ridge Connor, who's second. They're well clear of the chasing pack now, headed by the red. The 5 dog is 1 all out now. 3 is lunging late. Oh, 3's had a fight.
Whoa.
3 had a fight, but went on to score. And beat 5-1. Millridge Connor, DQ. Yeah, he didn't stay.
No, he doesn't.
He was
But
all out. Yeah, all out.
He's got bundles of early.
Yeah, no, he had a nice early. Yeah.
Awkward
Trying
running.
to find out.
Yeah. Well, still a profitable evening. Made a significant dent in Friday night, which was good. It's gone quick tonight. It's gone very, very quick. Thank you very much for joining us again, Dylan. Thank you for making your debut, Dave.
Thank you.
It's been excellent.
Yeah,
Thank you for having me.
Dylan.
Pleasure, lads. Thanks very much.
Yeah, very good. Good crack tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been
Enjoyed
really
it.
good. And
It's
we'll get
always
back next Saturday. Cheers, lads. All the best.
Cheers. Take
Cheers.
care.
See you soon.
See ya. Ta-da. Thank you.